have a series on this channel called WTF Star Wars, where I talk about the more WTF things of Star Wars. Kind of a self-explanatory title. But this video, I don't want to talk about a canon WTF Star Wars thing. Instead, I want to talk about something that almost was, but never was. And it would have been the greatest WTF Star Wars ever.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Star Wars canon and even Star Wars Legends has some pretty scary stuff in it. Now, I say scary, but keep in mind if you go to my main channel, Rawr, I have a Do Not Visit series, and through it you'll see that pretty much everything scares me. I mean, I'm scared pretty easily. So keep that in mind when watching this video. But also, if you don't find this disturbing or scary, I don't want to be your friend. So let's talk about a design concept for a droid that they ended up not using. And I'm actually kind of glad because I don't want to have nightmares. So if you played The Force Unleashed, a Legends game that took place between episodes 3 and 4, you probably remember Proxy, a droid that trained Vader's apprentice Galen by utilizing different combat forms and trying to kill him. It was a fun relationship. Anyways, as with many things, different concepts were thrown around for the character that would train Vader's apprentice, and they quickly landed on a droid character for a variety of reasons. But before they landed on the cute and lovable droid we saw in the game, they originally were going to make Proxy a reverse cyborg. Yeah. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? So we know that cyborgs are organic beings that replace parts of their body with machines or non-organic parts. Some people do it in the Star Wars universe simply to be able to live, while others do it because, I don't know, they think they look pretty cool, or it just gives them a leg up in doing shit like bounty hunting. There's a variety of reasons why you would become a cyborg in the Star Wars universe. Also in our world, but I use the definition of cyborg loosely in our own world. Like, I consider myself a cyborg. But not a cool cyborg, just a cyborg that tumors have eaten various parts of my body and now they're fake. I'm like a lame cyborg, basically. So knowing the definition of a cyborg, you can probably guess what a reverse cyborg is. It's a non-organic being, such as a droid, who starts adding organic parts to their body. Reverse cyborg. That was actually one of the concepts they went with Proxy before landing on what they did. Nicknamed the corpse droid, he was going to be obsessed with changing out his droid body for organic parts. Now, I will say a droid being obsessed with organics is nothing new. For example, if you read the Afra Darth Vader comic series, you know that 000 was obsessed with organics and taking their blood. However, he knew that his body was superior and he wasn't really interested in replacing his mechanical parts for organic parts. Like this concept of Proxy was going to be obsessed with. Still, 000 is pretty terrifying. So in concept, this Force droid was going to go along with Vader's apprentice, and every time they defeated an organic opponent, the corpse droid was going to take parts of that defeated enemy and add it to his own body. And this was for the goal for one day for him to be recognized as a true organic being. Ultimately, as you know if you played the game, you know that the corpse droid didn't make the final cut. The developers realized that it was too mature and gruesome for a teen-rated game, and they'd have to focus on the corpse droid's hobby of organ harvesting too much. So they scrapped it. And thankfully with it, more imagery that, again, would have given me nightmares. So, speaking of that, let's take a closer look at the corpse droid concept art so that you can have nightmares just like me. First, look at the hand. Do you think he grafted a full hand onto his arm, or do you think he just put the skin over his mechanical arm? Next, the skull. Do you think he would replace the head after it rotted too much and became a skull, or do you think this was the first and only organic head he put on, and after the flesh rotted, he just kept it? He went, fuck it, I'm not gonna change this out. What about the fluid? Was it to preserve the flesh? Or did he strip the flesh off the skull and do it to preserve the skull? What other things would he try to put on as his own body? And would he make any of them functional? Like, we know Grievous's heart still worked, but he was an organic being that slowly became more and more cyborg. So even in reverse, how hard would Corpse Droid try to make the body parts he took actually perform a biological function? I have so many questions about this Corpse Droid that I'm kind of happy I'll never have answered. I have this terrible problem with curiosity, but then once I know the answer, it just absolutely haunts me. So maybe this is a good thing. Or maybe in the future, we can have a game that details a droid trying to become an organic being and all the fucked up shit he does to do it. Lucasfilm? So hey, there's another WTF Star Wars. Maybe you have your own WTF Star Wars ideas. Put them in the comment section down below and maybe I'll make a video about it. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.